What is the status of governance in India? To answer this question, Government of India has recently released the Good Governance Index 2021. So my dear learners, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's daily current affairs sessions on EduTap. And in the today's session, we are going to discuss the Good Governance Index 2021. So when we talk about the Good Governance Index, here you can see that it was launched on the occasion of Good Governance Day. And this day is being celebrated every year on 25th of December. And my dear learners, this Good Governance Day is being celebrated to commemorate the birth anniversary of our former Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. And here I would like to add one point, that this Good Governance Index is a biannual exercise. It is a biannual exercise, and this was the second edition of this index, where the first edition was being launched in year 2019. Okay, and my dear learners, when we talk about the Good Governance Index, it assesses the state of governance in the Indian states and union territories. And in this today's session, we will be discussing that which body has released and prepared this Good Governance Index, what are the different frameworks on the basis of which the Indian states and union territories have been ranked, and apart from that, what are the key rankings that you are required to remember from the exam point of view. So here, let's move further and let's see that what exactly this index is all about. So here you can see the Good Governance Index. As the name suggests, it is an assessment of the state of governance. Before moving further, you must know that what exactly the good governance is. See, good governance refers to an effective and efficient process of decision making, and it is the process by which these decisions are implemented or not implemented, keeping in mind the welfare of citizens on the topmost priority. And my dear learners, the Good Governance Index has been prepared by the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, and that is the reason I am marking the star here, as this point is really very important to be remembered from the exam point of view. And when we talk about this Good Governance Index, it assesses the state of governance in the Indian states and union territories, and for that there was a need for the creation of a tool which can be uniformly used across all the states. See, the different steps and interventions have been taken by the central as well as the state government, including the union territories, and to assess the impact of those steps, this particular a tool was required where all these states and union territories can be assessed uniformly, and that was the reason that this Good Governance Index was being released. So my dear learners, now before moving further, I want to add one point here, that when we talk about this particular index, this index divides the Indian states and union territories in 4 different categories, and these states have been ranked on the basis of analysis of 10 sectors. Okay, and these 10 sectors are further having different indicators. So before discussing about this, I want to tell you that in 2019 there were 10 sectors which were having 50 indicators. Okay, so there were 50 indicators in the Good Governance Index 2019, but due to some inputs which have been received by the government from the various states and union territories, Government of India has included some new indicators. And apart from that, in 2019 there were some indicators in which the Indian states and union territories have performed 100%, and Government of India have decided to remove those particular indicators in which the Indian states and union territories have performed 100%, and to include new indicators apart from them. And that is the reason, my dear learners, when we talk about the number of indicators in 2021 GGI index, that is, it has increased from 50 to 58. Okay, so here, moving further, when we talk about the different sectors on the basis of which the Indian states and union territories have been ranked, here you can see the name of all these sectors, that is the agriculture and allied sector, environment, social welfare and development, commerce and industry, judiciary and public safety, economic governance, then there is human resource development, public infra and utilities, the public health, as well as citizen-centric governance. And my dear learners, these are the 10 sectors across which all the Indian states and union territories have been ranked by the Good Governance Index 2021. And here, with the help of this table, you can see that the number of indicators has increased from 50 to 58. And I want to add one more point here, that the relevance of an index is when it considers the changing scenario with respect to the today's world. And that is the reason that to keep this index relevant, the government of India has kept the indicators out in which the Indian states and union territories have performed 100%, and they have added some new indicators on the basis of inputs from various Indian states and union territories. And here you can see the change in indicators in all these different sectors. Okay, so I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. And now let's come to the most important part, that is the key rankings. And when we talk about the key rankings, I want to tell you that this index divides the Indian states and union territories in 4 different categories. See, in 2019 there were 3 categories, that is other states. The first one was other states, the second one was northeast states and hill states, okay, and the third one was the union territories. But this year, this other states have been divided in 2 different groups, that is Group A other states and Group B other states. And when we talk about the Group A other states, in the Group A other states, Gujarat was the top performer while Andhra Pradesh was the worst performer. See, whenever you are covering any ranking, you are required to remember that what was the top performer and what was the worst performer. So when we talk about the Group A states, among the Group A states, the top performer was the Gujarat and the worst performer was Andhra Pradesh. And when we talk about the Group B states, here you can see that the top performer was the Madhya Pradesh and the worst performer was West Bengal. So that was the rankings for the Group A and Group B states. And when we talk about the Northeast and Hill states, so among the Northeast and Hill states, Himachal Pradesh has topped this particular index. And when we talk about the worst performer, Arunachal Pradesh was the worst performer of this particular index. And when we talk about the union territories, then among the union territories, Delhi was the top performer which was ranked first. And when we talk about the worst performer, then Lakshadweep was the worst performer in the Good Governance Index 2021 among the Indian union territories. So my dear learners, when we talk about this, then all these points are really very important from the exam point of view. All these rankings are really very important from the exam point of view. And one more, in this particular table we have mentioned that which is the state which has topped this particular index among the individual sectors. For example, when we talk about the agriculture and allied sector, then among the Group A states, Andhra Pradesh was the top performing state. When we talk about the Group B state, then Madhya Pradesh was the top performing states. And when we talk about the Northeast and Hill states, then Mizoram was the top performing state and Dadra and Nagar Haveli was the top performing union territory in the sector of agriculture and allied sector. Okay, and when we talk about the composite, the overall which state was the top performer, then here we have already discussed that in the Group A, Gujarat was the top performer. In the Group B, Madhya Pradesh was the top performer. In the Northeast and Hill states, Himachal Pradesh was the top performer. And among the union territories, Delhi was the top performer. And my dear learners, one more important finding from this particular index, that is 20 states have improved their composite GGI scores over the 2019 index scores. That really shows that all these Indian states and union territories have taken a very good active actions in order to improve the governance in the state as well as union territory. And that shows that Indian states and overall India is in the right direction of improving the status of governance in India. So my dear learners, here is the very first practice question before all of you, and all of you are requested to answer the question in the comment section below. And this question is based on our today's discussion, that is about the Good Governance Index 2021. So here you can see that three statements are being mentioned here, and you are required to answer the question on the basis of the analysis and the discussion which we have done in the today's session, and your analysis about these statements which are being mentioned here about the Good Governance Index 2021. So do answer the question in the comment section below. Here you can see the very first statement. The very first statement talks about the body which has prepared this particular index, that is the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. Now when you will read out the second statement, it will say that this framework covered 9 sectors and 50 indicators. So as per our discussion, we have discussed this, that this particular index ranks Indian states and union territories. It analyzes the Indian states and union territories across 10 sectors, and there are 58 indicators. So that shows that the second statement is incorrect. And when we talk about the question, see, before attempting the question, always read out the question very carefully. And when we talk about the demand of the question, it says that which one of the following is the correct statement in relation with the Good Governance Index. So that really shows that all the options which are having the statement 2 in the answer will be eliminated. That is the statement, that is the option B is already eliminated. Now we have only 4 options to choose from, that is only 1, only 3, both 1 and 3, or option B, that is all of the above. So all of the above option will also be negatively from here. Okay, this can also be neglected. Now my dear learners, our 2 options have been eliminated, and now when we see the third statement, it says that Gujarat has topped the Good Governance Index amongst the Group A states, while the Lakshadweep was the worst performer among the union territories. And all these statements are correct. So the right answer to the question will be option D, that is both statement 1 and 3 are correct. So this is the way you are required to solve these kind of questions. You can use the elimination method. You can see that what exactly is the demand of the question, and as per the demand of the question, which statement is correct or incorrect, and you can eliminate the options very easily. Okay, so that was the practice question 1, and now there is a homework question for all of you. And the homework question is, the Department of Consumer Affairs has celebrated the National Consumer Day 2021, and here you are required to tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the theme of this particular National Consumers Day 2021. See, this day is being celebrated every year on 24th December. Okay, and now you are required to tell me in the comment section below that what exactly was the theme of this National Consumers Day 2021. Now we are having a googly question. Googly question has been taken from a session which we have already covered in our previous session. So this particular question is about the topic, that is Project Rehab, and we have a dedicated session on this Project Rehab. So you can see it, and after seeing that particular session, you can answer this question in the comment section below, that which statement is incorrect about the Project Rehab. If you have seen that particular session, then it is going to be a cakewalk for you, and if you have not, then you can visit this particular session, and then after that you can answer this particular question in the comment section below. So my dear learners, if you have liked our today's session, then you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and after subscribing the YouTube channel, you can also join our Telegram channel, because to access the PDF of these sessions, you are required to join our Telegram channel, the link to which has been given in the description below. Now let's move on to the star performers. When we talk about the star performers, these are those people who have answered the homework question correctly, which we have asked as the homework question in the previous session. And when we talk about the star performers of our today's session, then these are Nilesh Suryavanshi, Hansa Gupta, Yukti Gupta, Pratik Raj and Arijit Saha. So congratulations to all of you. And my dear learners, if you also want your name to be mentioned here in the upcoming session, you can just see the session, you can answer the homework question in the comment section below, and I will be bringing your names in the upcoming session. Okay, So now, my dear learners, that was all from the today's session. I really hope that today's session was useful and fruitful to all of you. And if you are having any queries, you can drop us a mail at hello@edutab.co.in. You can also call us at 814-620-7241. So my dear learners, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.